Lovely. Well, we'll look at getting started now, but thank you everyone that's taken the time this afternoon to jump on this webinar. So my name's Ed. I'm one of the Prospect or Unleashed CRM specialists here. And yeah, as I say, we'll just spend a very quick hour running through a couple of slides just to start off with, and then we will jump into the CRM solution itself, integrated in with one of our Unleashed sites. So you guys can really start to see the benefit as to what the CRM solution has to offer. But yeah, like I mentioned, we'll just start off by running through a few PowerPoint slides here. So yeah, just a quick introduction from myself. So my name's Ed. I've been at Prospect, or I've been with Prospect CRM or Unleashed CRM since July now. So this is the second webinar that I'm running. Hopefully things should only get better from here. But yeah, as I say, I'm down as a CRM product expert, but I mean, if you do have any questions as we go through, please feel free to use the Q&A bars or the webinar chat as well. Just saves me kind of talking to myself, but no worries if there's no questions as well. And if you do have any questions that I don't have the answer to, we can always go away and find that out for you as well. So yeah, as I say, I can see we've got a few people on the call today. Really appreciate you all taking the time out to jump on this. And yeah, I suppose in terms of what we're here for is really kind of putting together that picture in terms of what the CRM solution linked in with your Unleashed system can do for you, and how it becomes a natural kind of extension to your day-to-day working and improving operations and sales and growth essentially by the end of it. And I'll start to touch on very quickly just kind of how our CRM solution varies to some of our competition out there as well. But yeah, I mean, just to kind of start off with, I mean, we really kind of look to target businesses that sell physical products and operate in a B2B space. And just wanted to highlight a very quick kind of success story or a case study from one of our customers here. We've got Dennis Kelleher over at Good Culture Kombucha. And we got a quote from him in terms of him saying that since we started using the CRM in the last 12 months, our sales have doubled. And that might seem like quite an emphatic stat to throw out there, and it might seem like potentially a bit of an anomaly. But it actually tends not to be the case. And with the tools and the capabilities that our CRM solution does have that I'll be able to kind of touch into today, hopefully you will see the benefits of that working within your business as well. As I say, we'll be able to come on to that very shortly. So like I mentioned, we'll just do a very quick kind of comparison of Unleashed CRM compared to some of the other CRMs out there in the market, and some of these you might have had a look at already. But as you can see, I mean, we've got our Salesforces, our Pipedrives, and our HubSpots here, who are the competition that we tend to come up against probably the most. But what we can start to see, I mean, looking at the industries that they tend to operate in and where they tend to kind of work, all three of them actually have the same top three. You've got your computer softwares, you've got your IT and services, and you've got your marketing and advertising as well. And that's not uncommon, I would say. Those industries do tend to be the most proactive when it comes to buying a CRM. So we can't necessarily be surprised that that's where those Salesforces and the Pipedrives and the HubSpots are kind of focusing and operating in. But Unleashed CRM or Prospect CRM have kind of taken a completely different kind of stand in terms of how we want to operate. And like I mentioned before, we're not looking at these industries where you're in computer software or your IT or your advertising. We want to focus on providers that sell those physical products and operate more so within a business-to-business kind of way. It might be a less proactive market, but we have found that we are very successful and we have very high kind of close rates providing to people within that industry as well. So I mean, just to highlight our industries and where we tend to do really well, and where we have the majority of our share, you've got your wholesalers, you've got your food and beverages, construction, electrical and manufacturing and your food production as well. So we do take a very different kind of stand in terms of how we want to operate and the functionality that we want to provide to our customers as well. So there's 3 points to that, I suppose. The first point I would say is why you're here. I suppose being Unleashed customers, we have the strongest integration out there to Unleashed. Before Unleashed and Prospect CRM were acquired by the Access Group, they still had the strongest integration out there, and Access saw that as an opportunity and thought, well, look, let's look at building this suite together, and having that additional add-on of a CRM. So that level of integration and having that seamless transition from your inventory through to those final stages of the workflow really is a big selling point from us. The second point I just wanted to touch on as well is these industries here, your computer software, your ITs and your advertising, they tend to operate and sell in a very different kind of way. They tend to be a lot more kind of project based, and they don't really tend to rely on repeat business, unlike the providers that we look to sell to. It is very much, I suppose, kind of like we work through the sales process, we get that first order over the line, and then it kind of becomes the CRM becomes a bit of a notepad, I suppose. Whereas our CRM, like I mentioned, has all sorts of different tools within it to help with increasing that repeat business, making sure we're identifying cross-sell and upsell opportunities, which I'll be able to come on to later. And the final point is our customers tend to have tens, hundreds, thousands of product SKUs. And like I mentioned, having that ability to store all of that within our CRM will help identify those cross-sell and those upsell opportunities for you. But that was just a bit of a quick comparison, I suppose, to our competition. Just wanted to highlight some of our kind of some of the reviews and things like that we've had as well out there, and awards and things like that. But I suppose one just to touch on is currently 4.7 stars on Trustpilot, which we are particularly kind of proud of, pushing towards 4.8. But as I say, you can have a look and reach out to any of these as well, just to have a look and see what they're saying. So one of the things that I just wanted to touch on here is the growth formula as well. And this is essential in terms of kind of looking at growing the business in general. So our CRM is here to help you attract more customers into the top of your funnel, but not just stopping there, but also increasing that customer lifetime value of your existing customers. It's not the case of, great, we've had that order come in from them, and they kind of go idle or they go stale, or we don't give them that love or attention. We want to keep that up. So essentially what we're doing is increasing the sales across the customer base as a whole, and therefore increasing the profitability as well. And this is kind of breaking it down, I suppose, in a bit more detail. But like I mentioned before, in terms of the actual selling process itself, working through the new customers, attracting them in through the top of the funnel, qualifying them, selling to them, and then closing that first order. And that's where a lot of the CRMs tend to actually stop in terms of their functionality. But all of this in red down here is where Prospect or Unleashed CRM really kind of comes into its own. How can we make sure that onboarding process is as smooth and as seamless as possible? But then also we want to keep this circle at the bottom here spinning for those customers. So making sure we're getting more orders from them, we retain them for as long as possible, and we can increase those order values from them as well. We've also got the growth playbook here as well, and working through all of those different kind of sections that we did talk about there. The growth playbook is something that you guys as well, off the back of this webinar, can actually carry out yourselves and answer very honestly questions about your business and where you potentially think things could be improved. And what the CRM will do, and this growth playbook will do, is it will identify within the CRM where you'll be able to improve and actually gain real value as well. So we've got all sorts of different options for your attracting, your selling, your closing, but then also from a customer lifetime value perspective as well. But I'll be able to share the link with all of that for you afterwards as well. One final tool that I did want to touch on just before I kind of looked at jumping into the demonstration and showing you our system is this RFM analysis. So I don't know if anyone is familiar with this model, but this is kind of sits front and center, I suppose, of our CRM. And what it stands for is recency, frequency, and monetary value. And what it's essentially doing is comparing your customers to your customers. And what it will then start to do, based on how recent, how frequent, and what their average orders are with you, it will start to segment them accordingly. So you will be it will be very clear to you who your champion customers are, because these will be the ones that are buying frequently, did buy recently, and tend to place those larger orders as well. And it will start to fall down here to things like your promising customers, and then also you're at risk, you don't lose them as well. What we've actually introduced into the RFM analysis is this new customer segment. And the reason we wanted to do this is studies shown that customers are less than 50% likely to place orders with you up until that fourth order. So for orders 1, 2, and 3 of a new customer that comes to you, they would sit in this separate segment of new customers. The reason we do it for the first 3 orders is when they have placed that fourth order, it is then 50%, it is then over 50% likely that they're going to place that 5th, 6th, 7th as well. So it's a way of just keeping them in a separate kind of segment, I suppose, to give them that love, that attention, that support, so that we are going to get them into one of these segments here. But as I say, we'll be able to jump into this in the demo and can go into a bit more detail. Just before we do jump in, I just wanted to highlight the two-way sync that we do have with Unleashed, just kind of going back to that seamless side of things that I did mention. So you can see that from the CRM perspective, you can actually kind of add new customers, you can create new products, orders, and even the sales analysis as well. This will all feed into your Unleashed system. And vice versa, going back the other way, from your Unleashed pulling into the CRM, you're getting things like your currencies, your tax and warehouse codes, you're getting your customers and your suppliers, obviously, products, pricing and inventory, and then also the orders, invoice and credits as well. But yeah, like I say, I mean, if you've got any questions as we do go through, please do feel free to use the Q&A tab or the webinar chat as well. I will do my best to answer them as we go through. But yeah, let's jump into the demo site itself. So here I am on the That's My Jam demo site. So I'm just going to make this slightly bigger for us as well so that you can see that there. So this is, I suppose, kind of like the front and center, and this is integrated in with our Unleashed demo site as well. That's My Jam. That might be familiar to some of you guys when you signed up for Unleashed as well. And I'm just on this account manager dashboard here. Now, we do have, I think it's 8 other shared dashboards, but then you have the ability as well to build your own personal dashboards if you wanted to. But I will start and maybe focus on this account manager dashboard just to start off with. So just to have a very quick kind of whistle stop tour around some of these tabs that we have here. Starting in the top left-hand corner, we can start to see the orders, how we're doing this month compared to last month as well. In addition to that, we can also see a 12-month kind of rolling orders coming through. Front and center here, we've got this nice colorful RFM analysis as well. And this is where I talked about, obviously, your customers being segmented. So your champion customers in the top right-hand corner here are going to be those customers that are buying frequently, bought recently, and are placing those larger orders with you as well. And it will give us a nice breakdown in here. We'll come back to the RFM analysis. We've also got this missing orders tile here. Now, I'll circle around to this at the end of the webinar, but this is something that if anyone did want to look at taking out a free 14-day trial to see their data in action, this is something that you guys could actually use really quickly as a quick kind of return on investment. And what it's actually doing through here is it's looking at my customers' regular buying patterns, and it's identifying who should have actually ordered with us by now. So let's just take Ocado as an example here. So it's telling me that Ocado tend to order on average every 7 days with us. It's really unusual for them to get to 31 days and have not placed an order. And it's actually been 63 days since their last order. And again, using AI and looking at their kind of average order values, they tend to place on average an order of around 13 grand as well. So what this report's doing, as I say, is it's populating all of those customers that are falling outside of that regular buying pattern with you. And at the top, it's giving us a nice summary here. So we've got 9 customers and we're missing out on potentially 76 grand's worth of orders. And that's what I always find really kind of useful and really interesting when people do set up their free trials. This is something that you guys can tap into straight away, and it might start to identify some of those customers that are slipping through the cracks. Some of them you might be aware of, but some might be, okay, we want to get in touch straight away. What's going on here? Have you changed supplier? Has something changed within the business? But at least you can prevent them getting to that stage. So as I say, that's really nice in terms of actually being able to benefit from the free trial very quickly. In terms of a longer term approach, we've got a customer trend tile in the bottom right hand corner here. And what this does is it looks over a 12-month period. It compares the last 12 months to the 12 months previous, and we can start to see who of our customers are growing, who are declining, and who are maybe staying static as well. But if I open this up and just had a look in a bit more detail, again, from just an outsider view, we might think, again, if we take Ocado as an example, we might say that, okay, over the last 365 days, they've placed 150 grand's worth of orders, but actually previous to that, they placed 1.63 million, and we can really see the differences pulling through as well. The next tile we've got here is a needs engagement tile as well. So what this is doing and what you have the ability to do through the CRM is you can categorize your customers. A lot of people tend to do it on a gold, silver, and bronze allocation. So those gold customers might be those customers that buy from you often, and we want to be in touch with them once every 2 weeks, as an example. Silver, slightly longer, maybe once every 2 months, and then your bronze customers perhaps only actually buy from you once every 6 months, as an example, and that's when they need contacting. But if people start to fall out of that trend, a gold customer I haven't contacted within, I don't know, 2 weeks, as an example, that's where they will then start to appear in this needs engagement tile. Another benefit within the CRM system is we do have a service ticketing section as well. So again, you have the ability to log problems, whether it's, I don't know, damages on delivery as an example that we have in here, or damaged goods. But you actually have the ability to create inquiry forms from the CRM that sit on your website. And if an inquiry form is filled out, it will then feed through into the CRM here, and it can be allocated out accordingly. Lovely. So that's just kind of, I suppose, the account manager dashboard as a quick kind of insight. What I will do now is I'm just going to dive into one of our champion customers just to show a bit more of the CRM functionality. So I'm going to use Casa Bellissimo as a quick example. And just to show you, just as a bit of an overview of this account here, we can start to populate this account with as much information as we do have. So your phone numbers, websites. Again, you can start to assign account managers if you do want to start to assign particular individuals to particular accounts. We've got the priority section in here as well. At a glance on the right hand side as well, we can start to see next steps. We can see what kind of segment they fall into with the RFM. And you've got the ability to set your financial years within here, and last 365 days will also come through. We've got a nice activity feed as well in the middle here. And again, this is really nice for if people are away on leave or people are away off sick or whatever it is. You've got that visibility within the business to see who from our side has been speaking to who on their side. Where are we at? Where are we at with it? And we can pick this up pretty easily, to be honest, as well. A couple of things to touch on the left-hand side here as well. So you can start to assign addresses and delivery addresses as well. These will start to kind of pull through as well from your Unleashed system, as well as contacts as well. And you can assign as many different contacts to a particular account as well if you wanted to. That's not a problem. You've got the ability to build opportunities and problems or service tickets as well, I suppose we like to call them within here, and assign them to a particular account as well. So when it comes to pipeline management, we've got that visibility there. A bit further down, we've got our link to our Unleashed system as well, and we can start to see a few things starting to pull through from Unleashed. And you also have the ability through here as well to actually set up a secondary integration with your accounting system as well. So you can have that visibility in terms of outstanding invoices and things like that as well. From a sales transactions perspective as well, I can very easily see kind of the most recent sales, what's been happening, have they been ordered, delivered and invoiced. All of that information is available through the CRM, which just makes everything a lot easier. If I am on the phone to a customer or I am speaking to them via email, at least I don't need to keep going back and forth. It's all available through here. And what we also have is this sales analysis tab, and this is available for every customer as well. But we can start to see trends in terms of invoicing and orders as well. But it will also start to dive a bit deeper in terms of particular products. And as we mentioned before, the CRM has that capability of storing those tens, hundreds, thousands of product SKUs as well. So you can start to have that analysis and information to hand as well. So I can see straight from here that Casa Bellissimo actually over 50% of their orders is on Blissful Blueberry Jam. And that's by value, but then we can also see that by frequency as well. But again, I can open this up as well, and it will start to give me more intel in terms of the value that they have ordered, how many times or how many kind of the stock they've ordered it, and then also kind of the number of times it's been ordered as well. But just to show you that integration again with Unleashed, if I clicked onto this particular product SKU here, this information again is pulling through from Unleashed, and I've got the link there as well, so I can see the stock, the cost prices, all of the images as well are pulling through. All of that's available at my fingertips. You've got the ability within the CRM as well to actually link products together. So again, this is a nice opportunity when it comes to potential kind of cross-sell and upsell opportunity. You've got three different ways that you can link products together. So one of them is must sell, which is very, very straightforward. Again, I can't sell this product unless they take this product as well alongside it. We've then also got recommended, and you've also got upgrade. So this blueberry jam, as an example, I don't know, might be, I don't know, 200 mil as an example, but we've got another option as well here for a 500 mil. Would you be interested in that? And these conversations can be had when you're building quotes through the CRM as well. We can look into things like the stock levels, as I mentioned, but also from sales transactions, who are the top customers buying this particular product. And then again, you've also got the sales analysis, and we can start to see buying patterns and trends for this product as well throughout the year. Is it seasonal? All of this is available through here for you. One of the other things that I did want to touch on as well is this magic matrix. So again, this is looking at Casa Bellissimo here, but Magic Matrix is a tool that, again, we've not come up with ourselves, but it's something that we've embedded into the CRM. And it's a tool that it was invented by Harvard Business School, and it's all about making sure we're getting as many different customers buying as many different products from us as we can. And what the Magic Matrix will start to do is, based on the product categories that you have within your Unleashed system, the Magic Matrix will start to identify to you what this customer is still unaware of, what are they aware of, do we have any opportunities for any, and what have they bought as well. And following on from that, you have the ability through the CRM, because we have the exports to the likes of your MailChimps or your Spotlers or your Klavios as well, is you can create targeted marketing campaigns and targeted marketing lists based on your customers. So Black Friday might be a perfect example, and we want to target all of our champion customers, our loyal customers that haven't bought or haven't got an opportunity for a particular product. And again, that can be created all through the CRM. Fantastic. So in terms of next steps within here, we'll just take Marco as an example. And you've got the ability, again, if you were looking to build a quote or if you were looking to build an opportunity, I would suggest it's probably best practice to build it against a particular contact. So like I mentioned, if anyone is off on leave or anything like that, we know who we need to be speaking to and picking up with. And the way that would be done is you've got this little plus button in the top right hand corner. Just seen a question come through from Shauna. Thank you. Is it possible to add Gmail to send mass emails out rather than MailChimp? That is a very good question. In terms of, we do have, the CRM does work alongside Gmail and Outlook as well. When it comes to the marketing side of things, I would have to go away and confirm that for you. I'm pretty sure that's how it would work. In terms of the list is generated through here, it can then be kind of exported out, and then you can do that mass email. But I'll come back to confirm that. And then Richard as well, can the dashboard setup for account managers be configured to show only their accounts? Yeah, for the field sales team. Yeah, absolutely. So whilst we're on that as well, you can build restrictions and permissions and roles within the CRM as well. So you can see in the top right hand corner here, I've actually got this just set to everyone, but you could have it where field sales manager, as an example, can only see their field sales team, and then those field sales people can only see their accounts, as an example, and they can't see everyone else's. Amber as well, yeah, can we have emails pulled through from Outlook? So you have the ability to send out emails through the CRM, and they will upload automatically into the CRM. If you are sending emails from Outlook, you do have the ability to upload them into the CRM. It's very straightforward to do so, but it's not done automatically. The only ones that would automatically appear within the CRM are the ones that are sent from the CRM. But yeah, if we've got any more questions coming through, or again, we need any more follow-ups on that as well, say just feel free to stick some more questions in the chat. But no, thanks for the questions anyway. So when it comes to pulling it through, I'll send over a video off the back of this as well, in terms of how straightforward it is. Essentially what it is an add-on within Outlook, and all you would do is push it through to the CRM, whether it's to an account, whether it's to an opportunity, whoever it is, or whatever it is that you want to assign it to. It is a button that would have to be pressed, and it would assign it to that individual. But yeah, I'd say please do keep the questions coming, and I'll answer them if I can as we go through. And like I mentioned, I'll send over a quick video as to what that would look like afterwards. Just going back into the quoting side as well then, if I take Marco as a quick example, so you've got the ability, because you have got that integration with Unleashed, with this plus button in the top right hand corner, I can create an opportunity, I can create problems. If I do very much just want to push an order through um, to Unleashed, I can do that through here as well. If it's not a yes or no approval that needs to be carried out. However, if it is a quote that does need to be approved, I can do that through here. And again, I'll assign it to Marco himself. So if I just let's just do this as a potential new stock order. And again, these things will start to pull through from Unleashed as well for you. So who the salesperson is, but then also the currencies, the warehouses, things like that as well. And we can assign where it's come from. Now, once I have created the quote, the first thing it's going to do down here is in these product sections is it's going to highlight to me the most frequently ordered items. So we can see that the blissful blueberry is coming up as an example, and it's giving me those stock levels as well. But if I wanted to add particular products, there's a few ways that I can go about it. So I can search for particular products, or I can filter by particular product categories. And I can also search things like popular as well. So there's all sorts of different things that I can look into. And on the right hand side here, where you do have these arrows as well, I can open up the history of this customer as well. So what it would then start to do down here, it might not be in this one actually, but I can start to see what this customer paid last time for the product, instead of me having to sift back through invoices or sales orders or things like that as well. It's all available through here for me. So if I was just going to put a quick quote together, I can work through and just select a couple of these just as an example. If I added and close this down now, we can see here that because I've linked some of these products together, this is where, again, I've got the ability to upgrade, or I could just continue, or it might be the case that I do need to sell these things alongside each other as well. And you've got the ability with all of these quotes as well, to segment these into particular groups, or remove certain lines within here as well. Sorry, I've just seen some more questions coming through. Does barcode scanning work to populate a quote? So from a barcode scanning perspective, I don't believe so. What we would have the ability to do, if you are receiving, I don't know, a customer's asked for a quote, and they send it over to you via Excel as an example, and they've populated the SKUs and the quantity, you would have the ability to drag and drop that into this section here, and it would auto-populate it for you. From a barcode scanning perspective, I'll have to get back to you on that one, Richard, and see what we can do. And Amber as well, looking at the CRM system for prospecting, is there a way to search for people that are on the system that haven't been contacted and wouldn't have an account on Unleashed? So that's a good question as well in terms of carrying out the prospecting side of things. If they aren't on Unleashed, they can be added manually into the CRM through this side, and it would create them in Unleashed as well. That's not a problem because you have got that two-way sync. Yeah, in terms of being able to identify who hasn't been contacted, again, until I believe those orders start to come through, it would be the case that you would have to just kind of maintain these with tasks. And on the left-hand side here, from a prospecting perspective, this is what I use day in, day out. I would open up my task section and I would see what tasks I've got due today, and I would work through these, and I can click onto any of these and it would take me through to the relevant account. And I can follow up with those next steps until I get to that point where I'm either creating opportunities, or creating quotes or orders and pushing them through to Unleashed as well. I hope that kind of answers the question. If not, please do let me know. Shauna as well. Is there a capability or function that can be set up to link customers' phone numbers for when they call in Prospect will pop up with customers' details in? Obviously the customer would have to be set up first. Yeah, so to be honest with you, I mean, the search bar that you've got within here, you can search for pretty much anything. It could be a phone number, it could be an address, it could be an opportunity. You've got that capability within the CRM. So like you say, if they do call, I can then search for them through the CRM side, but I don't think there's that automatic integration, I suppose, where if they called, if it came through on the laptop as an example, that it would automatically update within the CRM system. It would just have to be added and tracked manually by the sales team or whoever else is using it. But again, a lot of good questions here. As I say, I'll take these away as well. I'll still have all of these available, so I'll run these by my specialists as well. We might have some more in-depth work rounds, or there might be ways of doing it. But say, like I mentioned, I've only been in the role since July, so it might be the case that I just don't know the answers for them at the moment. So apologies. So is there a way to see when people were set up on the system without having a name or search, who have inherited the system that hasn't been used by the previous sales team? What do you mean by that? Sorry, Amber. So is there a way to see when people were set up on the system without having a name or company to search, have inherited the system that hasn't been used by the previous sales team? Yeah, I'm not quite sure what you mean by that. I might have to come back to that one, unfortunately. And we'll see what we can, yeah, we'll see what we can do with it. Unless there's another way that you want to word it, and I can see if there's an answer that I do have for you at the moment. We're trying to find clients that are registered but never been contacted. Okay, so what you do have is you have the ability within the reporting side as well. That's probably the best place that you would be able to look. And again, you can build all sorts of reports within the CRM, whether it's for customers that haven't been contacted, as an example, or haven't ordered X but have ordered Y, and there might be products that work really well together. That's probably going to be the best way in terms of filtering client or prospect lists. And then just being able to work through these and then starting to work through them one by one, adding tasks to them and going from there. That's probably going to be your best bet. And then being able to filter and change them accordingly. Just going back to the quoting side of things as well. I mean, if say we were in this position here and we did want to send a quote out to a particular, well, to Marco at Casa Bellissimo as an example, like I mentioned before, if we are looking at actually just sending this straight through to Unleashed and pushing it through as an order, I can hit confirm and it would push it through. However, if I do require Marco to actually approve this as well, if I clicked onto his email address here, you can have all sorts of custom built templates into the system as well. And you can select whatever one that you want to, and you can have those approve and declines within there as well. And then if I downloaded it, this is one that I downloaded earlier. This is, again, these can all be configured within Word to meet your logos and your color schemes and things like that as well. And it's all going to be able to sit within here very nicely. And if Marco clicked on the approve button, it would take them through to the portal. And then what they would have the ability to do through there is accept it, and it will then push it through to Unleashed as well that way. So that's just from the quoting perspective. Can we upload a mass data file of prospects? I believe you can. We do have data imports located. There's a data imports section within the CRM here. It might be in the sales side or marketing. Yeah, so you've got the ability, whether it's new inquiries or updating existing records, you could drag and drop them in. Again, that might be something more from an onboarding perspective as well. It might not be something that's necessarily available during the free trial. It might be, but again, I can go away and find that out for you. But then at least once those prospects are all aligned in a report there as well, they can start to be that report can be passed over to the sales guys as an example, and they can start to work through them and add tasks accordingly. On the reporting side, are you able to add more than one has purchased to the same search on multiple customers at one time, if that makes sense? Let me read that again. On the reporting side, are you able to add more than one has purchased to the same search on multiple customers at one time? Yeah, I'm not sure I understand. I mean, the reporting side is very configurable. I don't know if you're able to potentially word that slightly differently for me, Shauna, or just give an example potentially. But yeah, you've got the ability to filter it down for particular salespeople, or you can filter it down for customers as well that have bought X but haven't bought Y. If you're talking from a product perspective, we can look into how recently they bought as well. There are really useful tools, but I mean, I might be able to show you some other examples here as well. Get back onto the main page here. So there are some dashboards, like I mentioned, that already are kind of built in here that you might be able to take advantage of very quickly. I suppose from the orders side, where was the report that we had where customers that have bought X but not Y? I don't know if it's going to be in here. So yeah, there are some reports from a product perspective that may already be built in for you. So no available stock, products with no images as well, so that you can tidy up the CRM as well. But again, just from that onboarding perspective, if there are certain things, again, once we've set up your free trial and we're talking through it and you decide, yeah, this is something that would be really beneficial to us, all of those calls are recorded as well, and the onboarders are there to support and aid and make sure that we get those reports in from the offset for you. No, lots of very good questions. I'm sorry that I'm not able to answer all of them right now. So yeah, I mean, that's kind of touching on the quoting aspect, I suppose. So just another thing that I did want to highlight very quickly is the opportunity side as well. I did kind of touch on it, and it's very similar, not just for opportunities, but for creating problems as well. If I just jump into Casa Bellissimo again very quickly, you did have that opportunity section there as well. And again, because it's all extremely configurable, what you have the ability to do is you can build different pipelines, you can have different stages for different things as well, and work through whatever your sales process would look like. And when we get to the sales Kanban as well, I know that there were talks about kind of having the field sales guys on here as well. What the sales managers can do when it comes to kind of like pipeline and forecasting reviews is I can filter for a particular individual. If I take Amber, and I only wanted to look at, I've got all of Amber's pipeline here, but actually I only wanted to look at deals that were over, let's just say thousands, if we've got any in here. Lovely. What we would then have the ability to do is, it's a very interactive kind of sales page as well. So Amber can talk me through these. And if we're deciding as we're talking through, actually, yeah, we don't actually think this is going to come in, we might want to look at moving it to, I don't know, midway through next month. We've got the ability to click into any sorts of these and it's all going to be available for us. If I had 30 customers that have purchased toilet rolls, can Prospect pull through multiple customers that haven't purchased toilet roll holders in the one report, or does it have to be done customer by customer basis? No, not at all. So like you say, I mean, you can use that report there. That's a prime example where you can see all of the customers that have purchased toilet rolls as an example, and then the reporting aspect will have the ability to show you who hasn't purchased toilet roll holders, and that will then create a load of opportunity off the back of that. And you can target that report and get calling through that report. Or like I mentioned as well, you have the Magic Matrix. So if I jumped into the Magic Matrix dashboard here as well, and I open this up one step further, it will then start to categorize my customers. And this is where I talked about building awareness as well. I could do strategic marketing campaigns and select all of the categories that I wanted to send out as part of this campaign. I can select all of the customers that I want to target, so my champions, my loyals, my potential loyalists as an example. And I only want to target customers that are unaware or aware. I don't want to be coming to all of these customers that have already purchased it, offering a lower price, because that's not going to look very good for us. So again, that would then generate another list for you. So there's all sorts of different avenues and ways that you could take advantage of the CRM within there. But yeah, I mean, I know it's been a bit of a kind of whistle-stop tour, and as I say, I appreciate there's been a lot of very good questions here as well. And like I mentioned, I will go away off the back of this and look at getting some more deeper kind of answers to them for you. Whilst we are here as well, I say that was just all I wanted to kind of touch on at this point in time. But I will just jump back over to my slides very quickly. And again, if there are any more questions just towards the end of this call anyway, please feel free to say so, and if I can answer them. But in terms of next steps, and I know I've kind of mentioned this a couple of times already within the demo, it is completely risk-free to have a look at setting up a free trial, and you can do that within your Unleashed that I'm showing here. Once you've created that free trial, again, those insights and actually seeing your data operating within the system is invaluable. And if you do decide by the end of the 14-day free trial, yeah, you know what, this isn't for me, it's not the case that it's going to auto-renew and it's going to keep rolling. It just finishes there for you. It's not the case that you've signed into any sort of payment or anything like that. It's a risk-free free trial. And like I mentioned as well, we do have this growth playbook as well, and this is where you have that ability on our website, and the link will be in the email follow-up as well, to answer or to ask those honest questions of the business and where the CRM really would benefit you. But yeah, just to kind of conclude as well, we do have an offer on at the moment just regarding the CRM. So like I mentioned, if you did want to look at taking out that free trial by Tuesday next week, so a week from now, anyone that takes out a free trial before Tuesday the 25th and actually subscribes within their 2-week free trial as well, they get 3 months at half price. So yeah, I mean, just wanted to run that all by you as well. And like I say, just to conclude, we have got the Q&A here again as well. If there are any kind of remaining questions, please do feel free to pop them in the chat. I will do my best to answer them. There's some really good stuff in there as well already, but if not, there will be a follow-up email. The recording will be shared that you can pass around with the wider team. And yeah, we'll hopefully can look at setting up a free trial with you guys soon. Yeah, like I say, happy to stay